Hey everyone, this is Abhijit. I'm representing Ekatra. We are a unified platform for underserved learners. One thing that the pandemic told us is that the digital education systems are broken, and there's a major need for something new. And this problem was not small. The scale of this was that 60% of the world's student population was affected. About 1.3 billion learners were out of school. And this is just education data. And primarily, these students or youth came from low-income communities, were women or people of color. The reported number in India alone was 320 million. Now, we faced this firsthand when under our nonprofit, we were driving some entrepreneurship programs, and we saw that only 5% of students were able to join in for the live video sessions. So the natural progression was to move over WhatsApp, and that boosted it to about 10x. But the real change happened when we used audio conferencing, and we were able to engage 80% of the learners through this medium. And that's where Ekatra was born. What Ekatra does is helps organizations deploy micro-learning programs over messaging apps. A best way to explain what we do is think of us as Udemy on WhatsApp. Along with that, we use, so on the screen, you can see the system where it's a chatbot type sort of an interface for the learner. It's a web LMS, very simplistic for the educators and administrators. Plus, we power all of this through an NLP AI engine, which allows for semantic search, translation, summarization. So the use cases for this become endless. The educator interface is a very simple platform where they can see some basic analytics. The best way to leverage us as a solution is one, to train organizations or train employees in organizations. Any company or organization with a large distributed staff can use this. Think of maybe a Starbucks baristas spread over the world, and you want to run learning programs. Beyond that, B2C products can potentially use this for educating the customers pre and post sales. And obviously, the impact story that we have started with is by partnering with nonprofits and driving local education initiatives. The GTM strategy that we've implemented so far is we've done the pilot program, we're currently in the beta access where we have 33 NGOs, and we're going to about 100 NGOs to test this impact story. And along with that, we have about 10 organizations who are profitable and who will be supporting, coming on board as paid customers. And then moving forward to a high touch and a mid touch sales model. The model that we've implemented here is of three parts. One is an open source, which can be used by nonprofits where we're testing our story. The second part is where organizations pay us as a B2B SaaS with a monthly subscription, and the premium features include AI-powered content, branded APIs, and a lot more. The competitive landscape here is very interesting. We see that microlearning is, picking up. There are some big players like Cornerstone who are on an acquisition spree since the past 2 years and are bringing on board more microlearning programs. On the other side, we see that there are individual creators, and all of us as individuals have been learning from YouTube Shorts or TikToks or Twitter threads. So those are where we want to really implement this model. And the key differentiation is that we can deliver over any messaging application that gives us an API, plus the NLP engine that allows for automated course creation and a Clubhouse style interaction for a low or a no data space. The model that we have is a SaaS subscription, as I shared, and we expect about 25 million revenue in the year 5. And expect to hit an EBITDA positive in 3 years. The team is very well experienced in each of their domains and have worked together for the past several years. I come with about 10 years experience in the education domain itself and have managed projects over 100 million with governments and large corporates. Vresh comes with the product experience and has helped launch several products for multi-million-dollar clients, and then the rest of the team, which leads engineering, finance, and operations. And we have some phenomenal advisors also who support us in this journey. The ask for us right now is 500K in safe mode for an 18-month runway, and this is how the utilization looks like. I'm very happy to share that we've also gotten a bunch of cash grants, about $40,000, and we're expecting another $40,000 to $50,000 through government programs in the next few months. We have been supported and recognized by a bunch of folks, right from regional newspapers to being part of the World Economic Forum World Class Education Challenge, where Deloitte and BEF have invested in us, and then several government programs that have supported us in this journey. And if you're interested and want to try how it looks like, just open up your phone, scan this QR code, and that will show you how it works. Thank you very much.
Are you creating any content, or do you leave that fully up to the organizations that use your platform?
So we have a couple of content pieces that we've developed internally, but we depend more on organizations for their own content. The best part with the NLP engine that we are currently building, we've got POCs, is we can put up the entire knowledge of an organization onto the platform, and it can start generating courses at will. So you can type in, hey, I want to, let's say you're a development company and you want to say, hey, teach me about Python. It will generate a course for you depending on where you are. So, and because it plugs in with your existing communication channels, so let's say you're using a Teams or a Slack or a WhatsApp or a Telegram, we can integrate with practically any messaging application that gives you an API. So it becomes on-premise, and that's where we automate the entire fun.
Yeah, that was already one of my other questions, if you're also doing stuff beyond WhatsApp, like Telegram and so on.
We can. So practically any messaging application that gives us an API, we can deploy on that.
Yeah, just one quick query. Have
Sure.
you raised any capital so far, and are you already getting some revenue?
We're in pre-revenue right now. As I shared, we have $40,000 in grants right now, and are expecting another $40,000 through some government programs.